Alright, what's going on? Today I'm going to show you how to make beats for Yeat. This is in the style of Lyfestyle, which should be coming out this Friday. So I'm going to be dropping this a few days before. Obviously I haven't heard the album yet, but this is in the style of his new snippets and the song he previewed on his SoundCloud. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. So the first song I laid down here is a bass. This is a bass from Serum, and it's going to be from one of my upcoming kits. So this bass is called Bass Death. And here's what the sounds like. So I took out low end for the chorus, but with some low end in it, it sounds like this. Yeah, this is just very simple. D is my root note, and I'm just going up to A sharp, and then this note here switches to a C. Next thing, this is just like this, it's like a lead, but I'm just kind of plucking it. I was just playing around with notes on my keyboard actually, and then I just thought this sounded cool, and I just threw it in a lead preset. So it's the lead Acid from Hardcore Serum Bank, and here's what this sounds like. And that also has some thermal on it on the back drift preset. And yeah, it's just me pressing like D, just repeating that, and then, you know, similar to the bass line, I bring this last note up a few notes. After that, I just added a simple pad from Serum. These are octaves, and then I just added this A note in between. This preset is the pad, The Perfect Love Tape. It's from Urgency Serum Bank by Chase Vibes and Synthetic. Here's what this sounds like. On this, I just add this shaper box preset. So it's a tape stop right here at the end, and then a little bit of liquid, which basically just means like chorus, a slight bit of bit crush, a noise, which is just this like crispy crackling sound, and then a volume right here. And I just wanted to cut out that last part of the pad. Next, this is just this like bass sound from Serum. Just layering a lot of like synthetic noises kind of in the background. So this is the bass wiki, and it just sounds like this. On that bass, I just took out some low ends so it wouldn't clash with the 808, and then added OTT to fatten it up, just boosting the mid end here. And that's kind of just like the Benny X bass, you know what I'm saying, the typical like Girom sound. So yeah. After that, I just did like a screaming lead. This is like a typical like Yeat sound. This is the lead Fried from Hardcore Serum Bank. Like no promo, but this is actually a good care. So just like A and then up to C, A and then up to C and then D. Unintentionally, this follows the bass line kinda right here, but not really. Now this is like a grace note right here. This is D, pause, and then up to A. Yeah, here's what it sounds like. On that, I wanted it to be very distorted, so I added this Distortion Cold Fire. This to give us some loudness preset. Then some reverb after that. OTT, I'm boosting the high end. I'm taking out a little bit of mid end, or just mid, and then boosting the highs. And then Stereo Shaper with just a little bit of stereo delay to make it wider. After that, this is just like a synth. I thought I had some high end and some low end, but need some more mid. So I added the synth medical from Hardcore Serum Bank. And I just laid these two, the bass line, D, I'm just laying it down. So here's what this sounds like. So I thought this sounded cool, how it kind of like glides, like, kind of glides up. And I took the higher D off for the second part, and it's just this lower sound. And then after that, this is the last sound. It's an ARP from Pigments, and this is the Ant Sequence ARP. I don't exactly know what Yeat snippet it is, but there's like some cool ARP in it, so I kind of wanted to recreate that. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know. Yeah, I just laid this down. I thought the melody was cool, like there was some like cool synths and stuff, but it needed like an interesting ear candy type of sound. So yeah, here's what this sounds like. Okay, so that's the whole melody, and here's what it sounds like all together. Yes, there's the full melody. Then after that, I moved on to the drums. So I wanted to keep these drums fairly simple, but just hard-hitting quality sounds. So the first sound here is just this 808. A cool thing I did here is this slide, A sharp down. It's the same note, but just a different octave. So I thought that sounded cool. And yeah, that's basically it. But for the 808, I wanted it to be a little bit more punchy too. I just thought the melody was pretty loud, so I wanted the 808 to stand out. So what I did is I added this little envelope on the pitch. And what you can do is you turn up the amount, however much you want. I thought halfway was good enough. And then mess with turn everything down but the decay. And that'll give it a little bit more punch. So like, as you can hear, that's a lot. But if you trim it down just a little bit, it just gives it just a tad bit more punch. Next is just a simple snare. Simple hi-hat pattern. Then there's another snare, which I layered, and then I just added this one at the end. I wanted it to stand out at the end, so I turned up the velocity. Then the last sound here is just this open hat, and I added a little bit of reverb on it. So here's what this sounds like. All together, here's what the drums sound like. Yeah, so that's basically the whole beat. For arrangement, I just start out with this pigment sound, and the bass is here, somewhat. And then I bring in this pad. Then I drop the pigment sound in. Oh, actually, and I also bring in this synth. I drop the pigment sound in just so I can bring in this lead, and they're not clashing. I want to focus on that lead, so I take out the pigment's ARP so these sounds aren't clashing. And then I just also add this bass and this like other lead pluck sound. And I drop that pluck sound out, add the pad, drop out the bass, keep the lead, take out the synth, and bring back in that pigment sound. And this arrangement isn't done. This is just intro, and then chorus, and then I would move to the verse after this. So I'd do whatever I'd do for the verse, take out a few sounds, whatever. And also, of course, had to add the bell. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to get any of my kits, you can go to headshark.com. The first bass sound in this beat should be in one of my next kits. So yeah, you can check that out when it drops. Thanks for watching. Headshark.com to get any of my kits. I'll see y'all next time.